Hello everyone, Jaime Mantilla here, and in this video I'm going to continue with CopyCoder. I actually saw the owner of CopyCoder, Moritz Krem, which is him here, creating a mock-up from this specific dashboard. I was able to find it here in Dribble, which is a platform for designers where they upload their designs, and here you can just get inspiration from it. So I want to use this here because I want to make sure that I get the same results that he's getting. On previous attempts, the graphs were not coming up for me, but for him, the graphs were coming up on this specific design. So I want to make sure that I'm getting the right results as well. So let's get started. This is the image. I already saved it on my local. I'm going to go ahead and come here to CopyCoder. I'm going to grab it from my machine. This is the actual screen. Let's just make sure that this is it. Yep, this is it. This should be the outcome that I see. Maybe things have changed on the app currently, but I want to see something like this where I see graphs, and I'm going to follow the same steps that he follows. So I'm going to come here to my, what is this called? Cursor AI. Cursor AI, for those that you don't know, is like an editor for developers, but it is powered by AI, and you actually don't have to run a single line of code. All you have to do is put some prompts, it generates the codes, and then you're done to the races. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up a new window. I'm gonna close this one out. I'm going to create a new project. My repos, I've generated 2 already here. I'm gonna go here and say dashboard UI, then CopyCoder, and then that's the one that I want to use. These are 2 steps that are necessary in order for the composer to know what's the structure of the file. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this command here. He actually does npm create next app latest with a period, which is telling it to create on the root folder. We already have a name, so it doesn't ask for the name. Everything is supposed to be yes, 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 yes. This one is yes, and then leave that as default. I'm going to go ahead and pause here so that the video is not too long as it installed the dependencies. I am back. It already installed the dependencies. I'm gonna go back to my next command, which is npx chatcn latest init. That is for the styling of the page. And if you give me a second, I'm gonna check what is he selecting for this. So just give me 1 second here, I'll be back. Okay, fortunately on the video I couldn't see. Seems like that part was edited. So which style would you like to use? We can go with let's go with default, just so we're safe. And then we keep it neutral, and then we say yes. We're going to say yes here. And it's going to install the dependencies, and I'll be back once it is installed. Okay, I am back, and now we have to go here to CopyCoder. You click generate prompt. So it's analyzing the actual UI to see what are the changes that need to be made, and then it's going to give you with a prompt, which I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to come here to my composer. This is the composer. I'm gonna paste that here, and I'm just gonna do agent mode, which is YOLO mode, to just continue and fix the stuff that needs to be fixed without you having to give it that much information. On the second step, you may have to say yes or no, depending on what you want. But again, it's mostly like natural language. All you have to do is type in English what you want it to do, and it'll generate the stuff for you. Okay? So at this point in time, based on that prompt, is just picking everything up. Is going to start writing the code, and you'll see that some files are going to start being generated here under the source. You have the app, then you have the global CSS, you have the layout, you have the pages. And everything that he's doing here is adding on this side as well. And all you have to do is accept the changes and continue depending on the questions that he asks, okay? So just bear with me here. I'm just gonna take few seconds or minutes. Hopefully this video is not gonna be longer than 20 minutes. But again, I just want to see the same outcome because I was having trouble with some other graphs in some other video, and you'll see that probably on my channel, which was very frustrating. But again, every UI is different and every component is different. So let's give this one a try, and hopefully we get the same outcome as the video that he created back then. Okay. So let's see. Now let's create a header component. So it's doing everything that needs to be done based on the UI and the prompt that we gave it. Okay. Now let's create a metrics display component. And again, this is going to take a few minutes, but it's going to take minutes versus days or weeks of a template or of a mockup or as a UI that somebody else has to do for you. Now let's create the budget graph components. Fine. Now let's create the deals table component. Just give it some time. Now it's creating still on the deals table component. So update the main page to bring all the components together. Necessary dependencies, great. We already have all the necessary dependencies installed, including Lucid, React, Tailwind. Now there's also the proper Tailwind CSS configuration. Would you like me to make any adjustments? No, I don't want to make any adjustments. All I have to do is npm run dev, which is to pretty much bring the application up and to make sure that everything is working as expected. If we get any errors, we copy and paste the error here and it's going to fix it. If we don't get any errors, we just get the UI. Awesome. And let's see. So it is starting now. I need to go navigate here to this local host. It's compiling. It's supposed to give me a 200 for OK once the page renders. So this is still loading. So it's compiled 200. And that's it. Okay. Now I didn't get the graphs, which is something that happened in my past video, but that's fine. He got it on the other. So something changed on the version that now these graphs are not coming, which is what makes it visually appealing. But that's no big deal. Again, I wanted to test the same thing that it was tested in the YouTube videos to know if it was me or if it was something else. But yeah, I'm gonna tag the owner on my video. That way he's aware of this, if it is an issue or not an issue, or maybe a different version that I'm using that I should be using something else. I don't know. So let's see. Because on the other one, I was pretty darn frustrated. It took me like an hour to figure things out. I tried different prompts, different things. It didn't work. But now, this makes me feel a little bit better because it seems to be something with the prompt itself. Something is missing, something is off. Because here, again, we go here to the video. It actually generated the graphs, right? Let's see. Right here. So it generated the graph. For me, it didn't generate it. Again, not trying to blame or point fingers or anything. Just want to make sure that we are all on the same page about what this application can do or cannot do. I'm going to continue with the process. I'm going to copy this to Cursor so that we can update the other pages. I'm just going to go ahead here, and then I'm going to paste and submit. This is going to take a little bit more time than the first time around. But again, you're going to see it live as I'm doing it right now. Okay. So far we got these. I would love to get the graphs because that actually gives it a touch and it makes it look much better. All these other pages are not completed, and that is the second step, which is the one that we're doing right now. If we go back to cursor, this is how big this is, right? This is a big prompt. Page implementation, dashboard, project, analytics, graph, report, data source, picker. So it's actually telling it very detailed what needs to be done. And this is what it's doing. Now let's create the dashboard. Let's create the list. Now let's create the detail layout component. We're at 10 minutes. And again, this is just amazing. The power of AI and the power of somebody creating something amazing with a prompt that does the work, right? So let's see. Now let's create the dashboard routes. It's creating the routes. I'm going to just wait a little bit and then I'll just have to accept. And that's it. But for the record, on the previous videos that he's uploaded, you can actually see him getting error on the first try. As you can see for mine, it actually fixed the error. The thing that needs to be addressed would be the actual graph themselves. But again, if you're having somebody coding, that would be part of the job of the one coding. It would be amazing if it can be created. But as you can see from the time that the video was made, the first time where the graphs were created, he was getting errors. Now on my version of that same video, I'm not getting errors, but I'm not getting the graph. So something may have changed on the source code, something worth to look at. But again, that's not on me. I'm not their developers. This is just my job here to communicate that. I'm going to tag in here in my video, and hopefully he gets this information and brings it back to the development team to address it. Okay. So we have that. Now let's create the analytics route. I think let's see how far that is. Analytics project. Something changed here in the UI. It's not perfect. I think these got moved. These probably shouldn't have been up here. Yeah. So you can see here the navigation bar, and then these got thrown at the bottom. It is not done, but let's see. We can tell it to fix it. But I wanted to see if we can get the same outcome without editing the video. Let's create the company's route. So it's here. We have people, and then after people, we're almost done. Okay, now let's create peoples. Just creating people. We're 13 minutes in. And I know this is painful to watch me just here wait. Next time I'm gonna start like editing videos just so they're straight to the point, but I don't wanna mislead you, or I wanna show you the whole thing pretty much. So it's like I have to give and take here. I wanna make it as short as possible, but at the same time, if you run into an issue and I run into the same issue, like maybe it is helpful for you to see. If I start editing stuff and just giving you, perfect videos, then it's not going to be very helpful. But again, it's just me learning how to do content and how to create content. Eventually, I don't know, I'll get it. So let's see, error edit was truncated, retrieving short edit. Let's try again. Finally, let's create the project details route. I'm going to try to refresh here, see if something changed. So navigation bar, it's kind of messed up. My head is on the way. Boop, he fixed it. That's great. Okay. That's the beauty. You see how things work? I didn't have to do anything or tell it anything. Kind of, fix it on its own. So we have now completed the implementation of the routes, layout component, routes. Here are all the routes, features. So let's accept all the changes. I'm going to refresh. Dashboard. You have the dashboard. So it didn't have the graph. Wait. Dashboard. Actually, it's project. So we have the dashboard. Okay. The dashboard, we have total projects, team, etc. Then we have the project. And on the project, we have these projects that we're working on. Analytics. Yeah, the trends or the charts are not working as expected. And that's what I experienced on the other video that took me an hour, and I was super frustrated. But now I know that I shouldn't expect that, and I shouldn't try to fix it and take so long creating a video. And overall, this is I don't know. To me, this is amazing. This is mind blowing. Again, there's things that need to be fixed, just like this stuff here. But overall, let's see. So this, you will have to prompt it and say, hey, on the grid it looks like this, and it'll give you it'll try to fix it. I wanna do one thing. Just I don't want to take this too long. 17 minutes, but everything else looks good. I just want to try. Let me see. Grid mode. So for people, let's try to fix this real quick. Just want to see if it does the job. So I'm just gonna say analytics, grid layout looks. See analytics, people page. When grid layout is selected, the cards look narrow, and I give it the image. I should have said please fix it or review and fix it, but let's see with that simple prompt or that simple direction what it's going to do. Just wanna push the buttons here to make sure, push the boundaries of AI and challenge it just to see if it does the job. I've seen it make pretty good changes throughout all the applications that I've built and what I've been messing around with. But in this case, let's see what it does. It enhanced them. I would say, can you increase the width of each card? Let's see. Can you increase the width of each card? They look pretty rectangular and too close together. Let's see. Fix it. So it looks like that. That's fine. But I want, yeah, kind of messed it up. But that's fine. We're just gonna leave it like this. This is not right. This is supposed to look much better, and that's when you're gonna have to start doing more prompting and kind of going back and forth to fix it. But I don't want to do that in this video because this is gonna take forever to get it perfect and to get it right. The purpose of this video was simply to show you what CopyCoder can do and how it can get you from an image to a real life mockup with a lot of images and a lot of versions of the image to start a product, pretty much, to start a software product. Okay. So with that said, any questions you have, any feedback, if you want to leave any comments with suggestions, any other demos that you want me to do that are going to help you out, please let me know. And that should do it. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Thank you.